Good morning,
Hello.
Aleš.
I was already seeing myself going alone.
Oh, yes. And good morning to everyone out there in WikiTree land, those who are watching us live and those who are watching us after the fact. Let's see if I got my shirt on backwards. I just rushed from the shower. In fact, Aleš had pushed the start button and I was still upstairs. I was in the middle of a programming problem, and then all of a sudden I looked and I thought, oh no. So I had to quickly, anyways, we are here. Oh, I don't even have my watch on. I don't even know what time it is, but I know
It's 3 p.m. here.
It's 3 p.m. Well, you know, when you're in the middle of a programming problem, it can go from 8 o'clock to 3 p.m. very quickly without even blinking. So, anyways, otherwise,
I'm usually punctual when I'm meeting someone, but if I'm in programming, I can easily be late for an hour.
Oh, yeah, it's a dark hole. So, yeah, I'm currently updating the DNA confirmation app, and the triangulation, there's so many tricky bits to it. And so I've solved a problem that got rid of a bunch of redundant ancestors, but it's actually pared it down a little bit too far. So anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Ask Aleš and WikiTree Plus. And if you have questions for Aleš, please put them in the chat. So I see Anne Fiordalisi is our first one who's arrived here in person. And Alan Entwistle is here. Alan Entwistle is here from London. Judith Fry, how are you doing? And Joke, how are you doing from the Netherlands? That's great. So nice to see all you folks. And hopefully we'll get a few more people coming online. And of course, after the fact, there'll be a lot. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Anne. Yes, Anne's referring to a fact that I went to a math conference, and it was a great math conference. It was nice to see all my math peeps again, fellow colleagues and confreres. We got to talk some math, got to do some cool math. So yeah, that was always good. And there's Jeffrey Eikeler. Oh, Jeffrey, have we asked how you pronounce your last name? I want to say Eikeler. So, but please correct me so we can get it right. But Jeffrey has asked some of the questions already in the GDG post. So let me just give me a sec here and I will find a link to that so I can share. There we go, June. And let's see, Stephen asks one, and there's Jeffrey. So since Jeffrey's right here, let's jump ahead to his question. Is that okay, Aleš?
Yes, but he's still catching up, so we have to talk slowly.
Oh, well, we could start with Stephen's question. And by the time we finish Stephen's question, then Jeff will have caught up to us. So we'll do that. So I'm going to share my screen so I can show the question, and then you can share your screen to show the answer. How's that? I think that'll work. And I have to, there we go, that. And then I want to zoom in so that people can have a decent chance to read it. So here's Stephen's question, Stephen Whitfield. Looking to identify profiles with a marriage in England that can't be allocated to a county, but contain more in the marriage location field than simply just England or England, United Kingdom. So he's written a search query that he's got there, which works fine for a single marriage, but also delivers profiles with first marriage in Buckinghamshire, but a second marriage in Thames, New Zealand. And he wants to know, is there a search term that will identify unknown region, marriages for England only? And you've already responded with a query, and then you'll explain why your query doesn't work with multiple marriages. So how about at this point, I turn it over to you, Aleš. I'm going to put the link to this Ask Aleš in the chat for other people.
I think it's at the top of the chat already.
Oh, it's already at the top?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, oh well.
I did
it again just in case. Because the nice thing about this is that Stephen also put his query in, Aleš put his answers in, and it's easier to read if you just go straight to the page as opposed to trying to read it on the in YouTube, because it gets a little tiny, especially if you're watching from your phone. Anyways, take it away, Aleš.
Okay, so let's see his query. So he was searching for female open profiles with marriage country England, and region unknown. Now, with this query, it's a problem. And then he also added the SQL condition to keep only those that. Oh no, actually, this was his question.
Yeah, he was up that. That was your answer there.
And then he wanted to exclude the marriages where the location is only England or United Kingdom. So with this query should kind of works on single marriages. But if you have multiple marriages, that it's not necessarily correct, because I pack all the keywords together for all marriages. So one marriage has known region, and if the other marriage has unknown region, then you will get, as a result, wrong profiles. So here, if we search his query. Okay, here we don't actually see the double marriages. Okay, let's limit the results to that's it.
Count?
Yep. Line count,
okay.
Bigger than 2. Okay, and let's put this part before the not. So we have England region, and here we can keep just the ones with 2 marriages.
So you could do 2 SQLs in a row like that.
It seems like you can. It's not optimal, but okay, I'm missing close parentheses. This should be better, I think. Okay, now these profiles. No, it's wrong condition. It's without not.
Oh.
Okay, these profiles all have multiple marriages, and so there are 2 wives, and one is in England with Hanover Square in London, so it's known region, but the other is in
Paddington.
Also here. Oh, there are 3 marriages. So in France, we don't have regions. So
okay.
The French location has unknown region.
So that's what triggered the unknown.
And that's the reason it is in a result set. So as I wrote in the answer, you can so the problem is in the not part. So here he's negating, and since in the case of multiple marriages, this is actually one-to-many relation, and it checks the same record 3 times, and once it is once found and once it's not. So correct would be not to use the not notation. So so unknown region and marriage location. Okay, this is just a simpler way to how to search for 2, because here he made 2 conditions, one for England and one for England United Kingdom.
Right.
You can do that using the like operator, and you can put asterisk at start and the end.
Right.
And if you add question mark before England, that means that another letter must be in front of the England. So this will remove all locations that starts with England something.
Right.
But to actually make his condition work, this is the correct query for what he asked. Let me copy this one. So here we can see I am querying. So correct approach is to put. I also have available marriage county FTS, that is full text search, and marriage region full text search. So, and by doing it, by comparing this in the same condition, so within the single SQL statement, it then both conditions must be met for each marriage. So that means if first marriage is in England and has unknown region, or if second marriage is in England and has unknown region, or if third one. So this way you can you avoid cross matching across multiple marriages.
Right.
So this is this is the best way to find what he's searching for.
Nice.
I will put this in the examples here in the SQL examples below.
Oh, good. Nice.
So you will know how to bypass with marriages. There's always a problem when you are searching for anything in marriage, because that can multiple marriages can create problems there.
Right.
And now all of these profiles should have unknown marriage location. So this one is in Camden, England, which is probably wrong.
Okay.
Actually, we have a new option in WikiTree Plus. So let's jump to the.
Why don't we jump to that? Sure.
What's new in last month? So here in Analyze section, we have location breakdown. So here you can enter any part of a location.
Okay.
Actually, it should be whole words, but you can also use exact separators. So now comma and spaces here in between.
Oh, okay.
And you can do a location breakdown, and it found 133 unique locations. There are that many spellings. So, and here you see the left part of the enter text, the actually search text, and what is on the right part of the text. And then also here you have country and region as it is recognized by WikiTree Plus. So if we put, for instance, London in.
So what would the is there anyone from the England project who know, like, what would the correct region be for Camden?
I don't know.
It's like a Yorkshire or Northumberlandshire, like it's one of the shires. Is that what it should be? Oh, London is itself its own region.
Yeah, London is also, because a lot of people use London, England, or just London. So
right, or Greater London.
I did enter it as a separate entry. Yeah, this one is Greater London, England, and it's in different region then.
I wonder if there's a lesser region too. An equal greater London, lesser London,
It's
close to
Tower of London is even narrower.
Yes, Tower Bridge.
Um,
That's very specific.
So now London,
Alan's
England
answering.
was found on 21,000 in 21,000 different locations.
Oof.
So I remove automatically the ones with very little usage. So until I come to around a few thousand, which is manageable by browsers.
Right.
If I would write all 20,000 in the table, it would be too much.
It would go forever.
Yep. And here you can also see how many for each location. So for this location, how many profiles do use it?
Yeah. And look at this, that All Hallows, where you were before. Like there was like 3 in a row that, at this resolution, they looked identical, but it must just be like punctuation that's different.
Yeah, which one?
It was just 12.
These
it
two,
was
you mean?
or wall or something, but it was something about All Hallows.
No, this one is with United Kingdom, and this one without.
There we go. That was it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it can left and right part can be different. So
yes, that's right. Yeah.
This is and for instance, this location is unknown region because it is England and West London. So there is no comma after West, so it didn't recognize it as a region.
That's really neat the way it's chopped off into that.
You have then also a possibility to analyze full location or just the left or right part. So if you go to the right part, we will see all different endings of London, England. So we have to unite, and so on. These are typos, and the correct forum has 100,000 profiles.
And are those live links to those profiles or no? Those aren't live links in the left.
No, these are not, because it's too generic search.
Right.
Yeah. But here in
the full location,
it is live link. So if you are looking, but it's I still have to fine tune this query because it doesn't really find all the correct, but it's these are most likely very close to. They are 14.
Yeah, it said 6, and you've got 6. So unless you just pick 6 random ones, but
no, it's the correct 6th one, but that's due to the number in the address. If I will go to, if I would use, something like. For instance, this one has 43, but I guess we will get much more than 43 profiles. Yeah, 180. I will most likely refine this query to return exactly what you want. And then and you can also group by the left part of the location, where you can then see all the streets in London, for instance. It's a lot of them, but
wow, pretty cool though.
So this is if you want to get some order into locations for a specific place, and this is a great help.
Yeah, very neat. Okay, I saw the post that you had done on that, and I tried it right away, and it didn't seem to work. So maybe you were tweaking a few things, or
I don't think I did, but we had a lot of problems with our server this month, because we are renovating the company, and we had to
unplug for a couple times, right?
Yeah, a few times we let new power lines and UTP cables, and there were new routers for the network. So we will be fully updated for next 20 years.
Oh, well, that's great. That's good news. Well, that's important work to do. So
yeah. So there
was
were
unfortunately, it went out
outages.
in the middle of one of our LiveCasts for our WikiTree challenge wrap up. So
Sorry.
at the beginning, like it was working. We tried it before. We went online, and then halfway through, oh, and we'll just show you this cool thing in WikiTree Plus, and then it wasn't there. And oh no, that's okay.
So this is this part.
Okay, good. Now there was some more. Yeah. So what's he saying next? Open birth country.
Yes, this is all. Birth country, England. Birth region unknown. SQL not default birth location. England.
He was just giving an example. I think your solution. Oh yeah, he's just saying that the two approaches give two outputs, which is what you demonstrated. Yeah.
Okay. So next question.
Next question. So hopefully, Jeff, you've caught up to us. And did he actually say how to pronounce his last name? I'm gonna say it's iKiller. So Jeff, here we go. Here is your question again. 2 questions on the WikiTree Plus cemetery reports. Cemeteries can often get stuck in multiple status due to reinterments. Yes. So basically, if someone's been buried in a cemetery and then has been moved, reinterred in a different cemetery, and one of the biggest times this happens is in a war. So they're buried during the war at the closest cemetery, and then they're repatriated maybe back home or something like that. Or if a cemetery is being deconsecrated, for example, that would be another example where you could have an initial and then a final resting place, basically. So, and he's actually got an example of a profile that has that scenario. So I think these are 2 related but separate questions.
Yep. Okay, so let me share.
Yeah, you go ahead. So we're looking at a cemetery report there, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to go all the way. So this is the cemetery he mentioned. And here on cemeteries, you have the link to detailed report for Find a Grave cemeteries, which compares the category, this category with Find a Grave cemetery that is related to it. And of course, and here the problematic profiles are usually marked with the red one, because and these are the cases where a person that is in one category is buried on another category according to Find a Grave.
Right.
Now these are. This can't be easily resolved because those are actually the correct way would be you have on Find a Grave.
It's not liking your cemetery report page. Probably because it's so full.
Yeah, it's so huge. It's huge. It has thousands of profiles, and I have the extension, WikiTree Plus extension is adding here some checkboxes, and it works slowly for that. Usually there is the solution is done on Find a Grave, where it actually says that for instance, if the memorial, Find a Grave memorial is only a memorial, for instance, or if it was, if they dig out the remains. I think it has different statuses here, and I do know about them, and in case that is used, I exclude those profiles from the report.
Okay.
I'm not sure about if they were dug out, what the status is, but I think there is also some different section. I don't think I will find now one with memorial in the in location, but there are often such profiles. So until this can only be resolved on find a grave end. I don't think I can do it on WikiTree one, because there's just one memorial on a whole cemetery, and there is also another memorial. Usually such profile is into cemetery categories. And
so
that
it looks
represents a problem.
Yeah, because it looks like on Find a Grave, there's the one record for this person, Lucy Ross Henson.
Yes, but here you can see it's in Bronx, New York, and Arlington Cemetery in Virginia.
Right. And the Find a Grave doesn't mention the Bronx, New York. There's no mention of that there.
Yeah, usually there is another memorial for the second grave.
Right.
And one of those two is has a special flag that means that it's no longer buried there, I think.
Right.
Or that it was just a memorial. That's the correct solution. Although you need to be a manager on those profiles to actually set up the data on Find the Grave.
Right. Right. Okay.
And the problem is that this cemetery will, I do have a cemetery report somewhere. I think it is, okay. It's in category suggestions, and at the bottom, I should have links to WikiTree cemeteries. And here is a report of, so for each region, you have profiles, a group where there are multiple categories on the same cemetery, or linked one, empty one, unlinked one. So this can help you finish up a region. So,
right.
For instance, multiple, if you check multiple, okay, that's the same example. So this profile, so this memorial is on this profile is in one category on WikiTree and on another cemetery in Find a Grave. So these are, I mean, you have to look into data and see if it's wrong. If it's correct, then that's the problem with the moving of the grave or something like that. Or it can be just wrong category. I mean, everything is possible.
Right, right.
And then I think the second part of the question, ask Aleš, was about
add a toggle.
Okay, no, this is not. Okay, I can add the privacy for non-open, the privacy icon next to the profiles that are not opened. That shouldn't be a problem. Most likely, he can't correct these profiles. If you click on WikiTree ID, yeah, it's green. Okay, I could do that, but I think there was another question about cemeteries, about Find a Grave having multiple cemeteries for a single category and vice versa, I think.
Oh. Well, there was, the first question was about multiple status, and I think that's the one we talked about when it has 2 cemetery categories and only one find a grave. So the solution is that if it had 2 find a graves, then your report would figure out which one, and it wouldn't cause the error, right?
Yes, if the report wouldn't figure out correctly, you can manually overwrite which which memorial is used for matching.
Right.
But
I think the second question was just adding a toggle so you can show which are open profiles or to hide open profiles on the report. And you said you can add that feature. His next question wasn't so much about cemeteries. It's he's looking for more work to do. Jeff isn't.
Okay, if you're out of those errors, then I do calculate this error for just for 2 JETCOM junk lines on the profile. So if you actually you can manually search for JETCOM junk on profiles in WikiTree Plus. So let's go here and search for JETCOM junk is magic keyword and location Pennsylvania, and you will get approximately 23,000 more profiles to clean up. So don't worry. But okay. these profiles have only one heading that is considered the junk. So just this user ID was recognized.
So if you got rid of that, then it wouldn't think it was junk?
Yeah. Then it was to be junk would be completely cleared. Because we started with 3 headings that were considered junk, and then once we came down to 40,000 suggestions approximately, I lowered the limit to 2, and we jumped back to 200,000 suggestions. And most likely I will at some point lower it to 1, but then we will get another million of them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So maybe I won't. It's just too much. Okay. Because this user ID line is on almost all profiles.
Right. Of all the JCOM, yeah, for sure. Okay.
So you just use this magic keyword. It is listed. Yep. It should be somewhere here. Nope. Pending. Merge is.
Do a search.
Where is it?
That's like funny. JETCOM. I saw JETCOM fly by itself.
Let me open in help separately. Okay.
There it is.
It's not listed in the.
It's not in the table itself, but it's in the section called Magic Words.
It's in the old help.
Oh, I see. You divided into old help and new help.
No, I just wrote the new one and I left the old one in if
right.
There is something useful, and there it is.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, I have to correct this. Let me make a mark. New message.
Oh.
Okay. No. Well, maybe it was somewhere else, or in Discord or somewhere. There was a problem with two cemeteries. So there are cases where there is a single cemetery category on WikiTree, and there are two Find a Grave cemeteries on Find a Grave that represent the same cemetery. And the other, those are quite, the report for those is quite strange because it's half of the profiles are wrong. And there is another case where multiple categories on WikiTree represent one Find a Grave cemetery. I think we have both cases, although not a lot of them, maybe 10 or 20 in all of them. So I don't really I did think about the problem a few times, but I don't have a really elegant solution.
Right.
I would hate to make the correction on my end, so that I would enter those exception. Maybe it would be better to do it within the category info box, but I really didn't decide it how to resolve this, because it's really not many of them. I mean, I saw 5 examples of that until now.
Right.
So maybe just don't use this function on those kind
of
cemeteries.
So Azure has mentioned a profile where it's sort of similar to the example we talked about. It has a cenotaph at one cemetery and is buried at the other. So that's Mallinson 356. And so I don't know if this is generating an error or if it's just an example.
No, it does. I mean, it does show. Wait, let me get.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong number. So most likely it's one of the categories used. Categories. Maybe this one.
So it looks like is there only one cemetery category there? Well, there's two.
So here is the memorial number, and we no, but it doesn't have.
It doesn't have the cenotaph, does it?
Nope. Maybe it's the other cemetery.
So
is there another memorial number?
Azure said she set Find a Grave same as equals no for the cenotaph.
This one.
Right.
This one is the other one. No, but actually cenotaph are automatically excluded. They weren't at the beginning, but now for 2 years I automatically exclude cenotaph if the plot is although.
So they used to cause errors, but they don't anymore.
I don't think this is correct. There is a different marking. It's cenotaph and asterisk. This is just a text written as a cenotaph. I think the official marking for a cenotaph is different one.
But by doing what Azure did, marking it as same as equals no.
Yeah, okay, that way you, yes, but you cannot use both categories.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know what's the point of using both categories, but well, I don't know. These are details with a few profiles out of
Yeah, that's right. There's not a lot.
several million of them.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we have 7 million memorial, find a grave memorials.
That's wild. So many of them. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm just going to go through the chat again. For those who are live, and there's now 30 of us. Woo. Please ask in the chat if you have questions for Aleš. I'm just going to quickly take a look through to see if I've missed any. Thank you very much. A lot of people sharing about relatives who had passed away and buried in other places. On a family, oh, that's an interesting one. Buried on the family farm and then moved to the local cemetery. I imagine there's a lot of pioneers were in that boat as well. Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, how sad. The last day of the war passed away, was killed. Oh, just one more day. Just one more day. Oh, breaks your heart. Okay. Not related to the questions at hand, but please give the video a like. Thanks, Ajay, for reminding people about that. Smash the like button. Okay, there are no questions yet, but please, if you think of some, add them. And let's see. And there was one more question from Alan, though. He did add 16 minutes ago, so partway snuck it in right under the deadline. Is there a method of arriving at a list of those WikiTree members that were born in the county of Cheshire, England? I would also include in that list any WikiTree member if any of their parents or grandparents were born in Cheshire. So by WikiTree members, I'm guessing he means like active members, presumably alive still. But those probably don't show up on WikiTree Plus at all then, if they're live.
They do, because if they are members, they do, because they are private profiles. So
maybe he's planning a WikiTree gathering in Cheshire. Aleš is thinking.
Well, yeah, you could. Okay, parents and or grandparents. Okay, you can use the. So let's start with the location. So this is the starting point. So okay, or actually, yeah.
He said born in, so we could say birth location, right?
Let's say birth.
That'll narrow it down a little bit.
Yep.
We need asterisks or no?
That,
we don't need asterisks.
No. With keywords, you don't use asterisk. I don't use asterisks. Those are only in the SQL conditions with like operator. Okay, so we have 70,000.
He did say yes, alive members. It would be a pretty boring event if you only invited dead people.
Okay, and now we can use the relation. So I think it should be
relations there.
Relation, so children. Okay, I should have relations equal children. Okay, this one will be good. Okay, now we got all that were born there. Now with this addition to the condition, we will get just all their children's. Did I click? Okay, now we are down to 76,000.
Oh, 76,000. Oh,
yeah, but we can now, we can now add the not open.
Okay.
qualifier. So we will remove, or actually, do I have is living?
Kay was asking about the word living, adding the magic word living. Or,
Yeah, we have is living.
mm-hmm.
But it only shows the members, and it only shows members and notables.
Right.
Because only those are listed in the public database dump.
Right.
So now if we cross match this with the is living operator, we should get
It's 179.
So 179 WikiTree members, most likely. Yeah, they are. You can see that the manager and WikiTree ID are always the same.
Look at that. Yes.
So these are the members who. These are the WikiTree members whose parents were born in England, and we can actually do this relation twice. And now we will find all profiles that have grandparents born in, there. It will take slightly longer, but it will calculate something. Maybe a lot of them will duplicate because they are.
Yes, that would make sense.
Oh, but we have more of them.
We'd have more, yeah.
Okay, I hope that helps.
Yeah. So
and
now,
if you want a common result, the same result set for both of them, you can use OR operator and do once with double relation and once with single one.
Okay,
and now it will merge both results into one query.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask is, do you have to do it once for current members, once for their parents, and once for the grandparents, but you can do with an OR, you can add them all together.
Yeah, now we will have not less than 600 because most likely some are on both result sets.
Kay suggested that she would do something like check that the ID equals the manager, and then if they're living, and then do the get parents thing.
Well, all SQL conditions are always are much slower. If you can do it with the
just the text search
keyword like is living, that would be good. I mean, is living is instant, while to check 100,000 profiles for parent relation or something like that, it takes much more, quite a few seconds.
Right. That makes sense.
So now we have 530 results.
Okay. You're going to need a bigger
that will be hall. Quite a meeting.
That will be quite a party.
Okay, you could also then play with excluding notables like
yes,
and so on.
That's right.
Or you can export this to Excel and then work on the list from there.
Right. Now, if you invited Jeff over to the party, Alan, and then he could get help with those 23,000 GEDCOM profiles he's working on. So, interesting. Okay, well, that's a very cool question there, Alan. Neat. Okay, let me refresh to see if anyone else slipped in under the deadline to add another. Oh, M. Cole did add a question. Look at that. We're getting up to the date questions. Darn, just missed it. Well, not quite. We snuck you in, M. I want to ask how find a grave suggestions get checked or rechecked. For example, sometimes the best solution is to submit a correction to find a grave, and I mark those as false suggestions. But if find a grave does make the corrections, will the false suggestions be rechecked and eventually go away?
Eventually it will. Okay. But it can take up to 3 years to for that to happen.
Really?
Actually, yeah. I mean, it's quite a lot of memory. It's 6 million memorials. I don't have I can't update those each week. So
Okay. Right. Okay.
I do have quite a few methods to. So, for instance, if a memorial is edited on Find a Grave, I will usually get it in 2 to 3 months. I will update the profile. Maybe sooner, but for sure in 3 months, let's say.
Okay, well that's
if the profile is actually edited. If
edited
it
on
was,
Finding,
yeah,
because it rises to the top of the list.
Yeah, no, there are cases also where a profile gets changed, but it's not marked as edited. For instance, when you add a relative on Find a Grave, the relative doesn't get flagged as it was changed. So, but usually, if something is some information is changed on a memorial, it will come to my attention within 3 weeks, 3 months.
Okay, good. Alan's saying thank you for your previous question there. And Anne is asking us to, what else is new, Aleš?
What else is new? I don't know. I think I already told everything.
Well, you showed us the location update. That was very exciting.
Yeah, that was the new thing.
That's the big thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's even for me a good tool, because I often I'm not sure when I'm doing something for the locations table. I'm not sure if I have the correct pronunciation spelling of something, and this function helps a lot in it. Okay, news. Tomorrow, that's today, we'll have Ask Aleš. We're having it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And
okay, I did some changes to location table for Hawaii territory last week, and I'm continuing the rescan of all the faulty profiles. So I started this on May 1 month ago, almost 20 days ago.
Wow.
And there were two. So I'm checking only the errors that were scanned last year. So in 2023, and I'm down to 60,000 now. So maybe by the end of the week, actually it's 40,000 left. So by the end of the week, I will rescan all the faulty links, and the suggestions are going down now for 10 to 15,000 each week. So I can check that on the Data Doctors weekly suggestions report. This will be it. Okay, so we have 6.9 million Find a Grave relations that I mentioned before. It's this number.
That's incredible.
And it's growing by 23,000 each week.
Wow. So those other grave sites like Billion Graves,
yeah, they have much less links, and so I never decided to do
they just
any
pale in
comparison.
comparison, eh? Like Find a Grave is just so much larger than the rest.
I was also looking into comparing data to Virulate, but it's really not that many profiles there, and they're mostly the same as are on Wikidata. So I think Wikidata covers them all. So what was I looking? The link
broken links
numbers. Where are those? Those are on 900 something, I think.
Yeah, I don't have the data doctor numbers memorized.
Yep. So these three suggestions. So this week they fell for 5,000. And we were 1 month ago. We were before the scan. We were at 250. So the sum of these three. Oops.
Yeah.
Let's undo this.
Uh-oh.
The sum was what is this again?
Did it do it again? That's funny. What's it doing?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Okay, I guess it will. No, but it's undo.
What's it?
Cool.
Uh-oh. Mm-mm.
Well, anyway, we were over 500,000.
Yeah.
And now we are at 480, so 20,000, over 20,000
Oh, there's all three.
drop
Yeah.
in the suggestion count.
That's nice.
Cool.
What
was it? Something like 250.
251 something, wasn't it?
Yeah. And another one.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3. Okay. No, it was 254, I think, as I remember. Or well, let's put it to. I can check in the log files.
It's weird that the Control Z didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. That's strange. Okay, what else was new? We have here. So this was on the last one. Okay, location table, location breakdown. This was new. I prepared the unconnected project, so unconnected report also for the project. So
oh, nice.
Here in the so these are unconnected lists are here on this under this link. Here you get all the unconnected raw files for any area.
Okay.
Why is it? And you can view by regions and places and so on. And I add it now for project. So this is checking only the managed profiles for each project. So I don't know, notables or New Netherlands settlers, they have 70, 140. They are managing 150 unconnected profiles. And here they are then joined into a group. So this is a group of 28 people, unconnected people in one group. So they can work from here. So, and that's it. The April we did last time, I think.
Okay. Wow. We're going to finish almost exactly in an hour. That's nice.
You're on time on the start, and
that's right. Really? That's right. I've got it scheduled like down to the minute.
Down to the second.
To the second, that's right. Yeah. Kay had a suggestion for you. When we go off here, you might want to just try the right-click edit history and see what was happening.
Yeah, I know.
That was a weird thing with that spreadsheet, but I mean, it was a pretty massive spreadsheet.
I also we also did some work on the WIP, but that was actually our internal work on the WIP application for our program. So I did correct quite a few unoptimal things, let's say.
Okay.
So now these minis should work better. So, for instance, if you are looking for cemeteries, You can then color them by parents, or okay, I'm here in this very dense area. Let's
Yeah,
go
look at that.
closer. Okay, you can also see the groupings of the same parent.
Right.
So
That's
this
right.
line connects all the cemeteries with the same parent, and here we can see that there is obviously some bug here. So
Yeah.
um, um,
Yeah. It makes me think of the constellations when you had those grouping lines. Yeah. Oh, I can see
do they
Orion in there.
do they overlap?
Yeah. That's right. You know what? There was a question. I was in the WikiTree mapping, and I don't know if it was the Tree Apps version or just from WikiTree Plus. And the legend, I couldn't. The legend was just sort of squished in a corner, and I couldn't read it well.
You
I
mean
didn't see
this
it there. It might have
legend?
been from WikiTree Plus.
You mean this legend? Because that's
Uh,
the only legend that I
Well,
have.
that legend, now see, that's nice and legible. It must have been on WikiTree Plus when I was pulling up a CC7 match or something. Let me see if I can duplicate that again. Try my.
Now I added the possibility here, if you are browsing a person, I added the possibility to turn on and off just the birth location, names, or death location. This was changed, but I didn't even wrote about it. So we were looking at some profiles here, for instance, and let's not. And now the complaint was that all these names are messy, so you can just turn them off.
Right.
And you will see it nicer. Then also location and death places can overlap, so you can turn off just one or the other.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I fixed in the meantime the function to actually manually enter the place. So let's go to my.
I'm getting an error on
managed profiles.
Okay.
Okay, let's
loading
turn off
hairball.
the migration patterns. Okay, so now if I want to correct some location, for instance, these are okay, let's put those back. You can click on certain location, for instance, 12 Lanišče, Škofljica, Slovenia.
Okay.
And then you have here a possibility to correct that location with the enter. So now it was actually, now if I turn on the geography section, we can see that according to geo names, the Lanišče is here. So the street. But I know that that street is actually, let's say it's here. Although it's not, but let's say it is.
For now, yeah, well, temporarily.
And now it moved all the locations that are spelled is exactly like that to this place.
Yes.
And from now on, they will be geolocated here.
Very cool.
And the ones that remained here are spelled differently. So these are Krain, Austria. I could also move that one. So I can also enter that location on the other place. So I don't know. I think it was here. Or actually, this is another house. So you can then actually select a
move it down a bit.
house.
Yeah.
So you can do some fine mapping or correcting the locations that were calculated by WikiTree Plus.
Wow. So if someone were on WikiTree and at a profile and they clicked on the little mapping icon, it would now pick up that new location because the geography is already
not really. It's not connected to that icon. That icon goes directly to Google. But after a week on WikiTree Plus, it will be mapped there.
Okay. And if you use the WikiTree Plus app inside the tree apps, it would map.
Yeah, that's the same map.
It's the same map, yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, that is a very neat feature. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yoke asks a good question. Is it, where's my cursor? I've lost my cursor now. There it is. Is that user specific, or can she change your locations?
Yes, can.
She can. You can.
Yeah, but I can change it back.
Yeah.
Actually, anyone.
You don't want to get into a bidding war with Aleš.
Anyone can do it, and for now, if there will be some misuse of it, we will prevent that.
Yes. Aleš can lock it down if we need to, but yes.
I don't want to have login to WikiTree Plus, although there were talks about it, but
right.
For now, we are managing without it. So here, another interesting thing here in geography section, if you select here in places and the geonames, places from geonames, you get these orange spots that are sized according to the number of the locations that were mapped to this point.
Oh, okay.
And if you click on it, let's say Veuce, okay, this one, I think I manually moved this one. That's the reason it's only one. But if we go to Bizovic, for instance.
Right. Do we get all the profiles?
Oh, no, also just one. Let's try the Brunier.
No hits.
No, it's a bit hard to hit the center of the circle.
Right.
So now here at the bottom, this is in the orange results. At the bottom, you see all the WikiTree locations that were mapped to this point. So I did use the house numbers because they are very useful in our church books to find the relatives. But they have, depending on the time frame, they are Slovenia, Ukraine, Austria, Yugoslavia. So these are different locations, all the locations that were mapped to this spot. So we can, if we check some bigger place, maybe Ljubljana. Will I hit it? Most likely not.
Oh yeah.
Here. Now the list is here. The list is much longer.
Wow.
But it's still short. You can try it on some U.S. states.
Oh yeah, New York City, I imagine.
This is also interesting to see if there are some errors in mapping or something like that.
Yeah. That's a very cool feature. Wow. Well, so Yoke replied after we said that she could change yours. She said that's dangerous. So my suggestion is think like Spider-Man. You know, with great power comes great responsibility.
Well, you can also change almost any profile on WikiTree. I mean,
it's true. We already have that power. And good WikiTreeers use that responsibly. So. Same principle applies. So now Yoke does say she doesn't use house numbers and locations.
Yeah, they're actually not recommended by WikiTree, but
you do it anyways.
yeah, I mean, in
Well, you've got it.
Slovenia,
If it connects to the church books, it makes a lot of sense because
yeah, I mean, it's really useful because when I am searching for street number, I mean, because the church books, the handwriting is also often very hard to read, but the house number is easy to read and the street. So it's extremely easy to match the relatives that way. It's different if you have the typed, like you have for censuses and so on, but with the Gothic handwriting, it's terrible.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Indeed. Yeah. And Kay is curious, are there suggestions for house numbers? Do they generate suggestions?
No, they don't. I ignore numbers. I ignore numbers that don't look like dates in the location field.
Okay. That's good. That sounds like the right approach.
Well, I'm not the only one that's using house numbers. You saw before where we were analyzing locations, also on other places. There are some occasions. I mean, if you're doing detailed, maybe one place study, there it actually makes sense to use house numbers.
That's right. Yeah.
So you can differentiate between hundreds of profiles in the village.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Very cool. Wow. Well, you've been busy this month. That's a lot of stuff. And it's nice we had some questions. And I don't see any other questions in the chat, but lots of people are thanking you for the great work you've been doing. So I'd like to thank you for that as well, Aleš.
Yeah.
And
another new, I just remember.
Okay.
I just remember another news. Today I installed 2 additional servers on WikiTree. I mean servers, just services.
Yeah.
And now I'm playing with balancing the load among the 3 of them. So I think the bottlenecks will be much better in coming days.
Okay.
Because I have a few queries that take, export for Excel. Those are instantly, they take 20 or more seconds if you are exporting a few thousand profiles, because it's complex to write the Excel format. While many other queries are extremely fast, they're done in a tenth of a second. But they are waiting because we don't. Our program is not multi-threaded. They wait for the other task to finish. So now I'm dividing this among 3 servers, and I will fine tune it so it will be as little wait time as possible, especially for the fast queries. I mean, if you are searching of the grandparents of a place, you can wait for a few seconds. That's not a problem. But if you are typing a category or a location, then you need an instant response.
Yeah. Well, Jeffrey agrees with you there. Excellent news. The load balancing. Yeah, that's smart.
We just developed this last month in our program for another customer.
Yeah.
And now I'm also implementing it on WikiTree.
Great.
Yep.
Sounds good. Anything else?
No.
No. Okay.
That was it.
That was it. Good. Well, excellent. Thank you very much for that. And we will see you in July. Our Connectathon is in the middle of July, so we will have Ask Aleš before the July Connectathon. You'll still be around. You won't be on holidays yet, right?
I will be.
You will be on holidays.
Oh. Yeah. Alia finishes the school in 2 weeks, I think. Okay. And then we'll go to the sea for 2 months.
But you'll still be able to connect and broadcast?
Yes, I work from there.
Yes. So you're on holidays, but you're still working.
I'm not. Yeah, of course.
That's right. Good stuff.
It's just a different location.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Nice. Well, then this time next month when we ask Aleš, we'll be asking Aleš, and he'll be in relax mode, and we'll be all very jealous.
I will be.
I'll probably be sweltering in here because the house will be burning hot. I don't, without the I have no air conditioning, so it just warms up. Anyways, thank you again, Aleš.
In Canada.
What's that?
Even in Canada, it warms up.
Oh, it does. Yeah, we have often July and August can be very intense heat waves and stuff.
Oh.
I mean, not as intense as places in the U.S., but there it can get pretty steamy. It's very humid. It can get very humid here where I live. It's
that's terrible.
Very humid.
That's the worst.
That's right. Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you everyone who took part live and asked questions and whatnot. And we will see you next month. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.